Hey, welcome back. I'm Alaina. Did you start your business to create a fantastic lifestyle and escape from the soul-sucking corporate experience, only to find that you've created a similar experience for yourself and you're the boss? By the end of this video, I'll show you how to make a lot of money without working hard so that your business can start serving you for a change. So let's get started. I'm going to cover how you're designed to actually be successful and how you can bring that inherent design into the success of your business. Next, I'm going to show you why you've been doing so much heavy lifting in your business and making it so much harder than it has to be. Then I'm going to reveal this one assumption that's actually keeping you stuck. And I'll go over the steps you need to take to help you remove your money blocks. And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to start dissolving your money blocks starting now. So let's dive in. So I know that you started your business to create a fantastic lifestyle, ultimately doing what it is that you really love to do. Now, there are great ways to make passive income like crypto, real estate investing, Airbnb, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about helping you make money in your primary business and helping it be easy at the same time. You were actually encoded with a purpose. Every one of us was. This is how the universe works. So we're all encoded. All of nature actually works this way too. Every part of nature is encoded with a purpose and the way to fulfill that purpose successfully. So what a cruel twist on nature, right? To encode us with a purpose and then have to have us work really hard for it. That's not how nature was designed. And so what allows that to happen is actually stepping into the truth of who you are and understanding you were designed to be successful and that it's not meant to be this hard. Now, here's the thing. I was just saying that you were encoded with a purpose. If you are not aligned with your purpose, if you're off the path of your purpose, then everything you're doing is going to feel so much harder. That's just the way it is because, again, we were encoded with a purpose. Now, like if you're living what your parents think is your purpose for you, for example, which I was doing for so many years of my life, or if you're doing a business because you think this is the way to be successful and finally start having the kind of income that you want, but you're not aligned with your purpose, it's going to feel like heavy lifting. The key is first to align with your purpose, to get clarity on what that purpose is and how it's meant to express itself in this lifetime for you right now. Now that can morph and change over the course of your lifetime, but the question is, what is your purpose right now and what is the highest good expression of that purpose starting right now? The key to do this is to actually believe it's possible. So many people are focused on seeing is believing, but that only means it never shows up because you need evidence for it to show up first, and that's not how the universe works. The way the universe works is first you believe and then you see. So believing is actually seeing. One of the ways to do that, right, to conjure up, to shore up your belief, is to keep holding the image of the wish fulfilled. So imagine, for example, that what you're really going for right now is a 7-figure business. You're making 6 or multi-6 figures and you've been really shooting for 7 figures and it has always felt out of reach. The first is to ditch the languaging about it being out of reach, ditch that old story, and then focus on who would you be if you already had that 7-figure business. So if you had that 7-figure business, what kind of action would you be taking? How would you be thinking about things? What would you be doing? And maybe you don't have the money right now to be doing the kinds of things that you would be if you were a 7-figure business, but you could hold the space for it already happening. How would it feel if you could take that fantastic vacation with your family? How would it feel if you could hire that other team member, right? And ultimately, for team members, you really want to hire them if it's the right team member right now because they're meant to make you money, not cost you money. So by hiring a new team member, it will actually make you more money. But it's like, oh, I really want to do that, but I don't actually have the money for it. Rather than saying I don't have the money for it, okay, as soon as I have the money, this is what I'm going to do. I'm creating the money for it, right? It's a totally different come from that shifts your energy from what you've been focusing on, which is getting more of the same results, to getting different results instead. I really love to help people make so much more money. Most of my clients double and triple their income in a very short period of time, working 20 to 30 hours a week less. And I put out tons of valuable content that give you a lot of hot tips on how to do that for yourself. So make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all of that latest content. In one of my other videos, how to get rid of limiting beliefs on money, I go through a lot of things that you can do that will help you start clearing your limiting beliefs around money for good so that you can now start creating far greater success and quantum leaping to your next level instead of making incremental growth to the next step. I have to say, I used to believe in incremental growth until I started to understand how to help my clients really quantum leap, and it's possible for you too. You don't have to settle for less. You can start getting more starting now. You can start receiving more starting now. So make sure you tune into that video. So here's a great exercise that I love to have my clients do. Imagine for a second that money were your lover. Now, you're not cheating on your significant other when you do this, but imagine you're in a relationship with money, right? You're in this intimate relationship with money. How would you describe that relationship? Money is really only energy. It's just currency. That's why they call it that. It's currency. And learning what kind of relationship we have with money, with this energy, will help shift the energy. You are 0.0001% matter and 99.9999% energy. It is so much easier to shift the effects, aka your circumstances, from shifting energy than it is from trying to change the matter, from trying to change the effects and the circumstances. And that means changing you and your energy. So let's do this exercise and think about it for a moment if money were your lover. Do you believe you're never around for me? You're the root of all evil. You're not good enough. You don't show up for me when I want you to show up. I'm going to use you to be seen as a somebody to get somebody to like me, right? So what is your relationship? What's coming up with your relationship around money? Now imagine you go out on a date with money and all of a sudden money's starting to feel, you're never there for me. You're never good enough. You're actually the root of all evil. Do you think it's going to hang around with you? Do you think it's going to stay there with you? Or do you think it's going to head for the door? Which is exactly what's happening in your life, right? Money's heading for the door. Money wants to be seen as I love you no matter what, no matter how big or small you are. Think about that again as a person. If a person was there, that person would be feeling like, I might be having a hard time right now, but I want you to love me no matter what. I might be in abundance right now and feeling really great about life, and I want you to love me no matter what. I used to have a client who used to have issues. He was a mega millionaire, and the way that he took them out was with relationship. And he would date these women who really had issues when he was really successful. They'd feel threatened by him. It's essentially what money's feeling at the same time. So he didn't happen to have that relationship with money. He could attract money easily, but his self-sabotage pattern was relationships. The women that he would date wouldn't be really happy for him when he'd be doing well. So money wants to know that you love money no matter what, no matter how much is in your bank account right now. When you give gratitude for even the small things, even the small amount that's in there, you allow it to grow. So cultivate an attitude of gratitude about what you do have, and it will allow that amount to literally expand. The key is to focus on how you're going to change rather than how you want money to change. Money, again, is neutral. It's just like a tool. Like, for example, if I were to give you a knife, what does the knife mean? The knife doesn't mean anything. In the hands of a murderer, knife means something different than in the hands of a chef or a surgeon, right? But it's just a knife. It's the same knife. It doesn't mean anything. Money doesn't mean anything either. It's just the meaning that you're giving it. Now, when you become the master and make money your servant and appreciate every bit that you have, it allows it to come to you and start working for you, so you're not always working for it. I want to tell you a story about my client Jan. And when Jan first started working with me, not only was she working like 60 to 80 hours a week, she was literally waking up at 3 a.m. She was a single mom of a tween. She'd stop working for an hour or so to get her son ready for school. He'd go off to school. She'd work again furiously. He'd come home. She'd spend a bunch of hours with him. After he'd go to sleep, she'd work again, only to repeat this pattern every day, day in and day out, right? And she she was burnt out. She had adrenal fatigue. She had all kinds of issues as a result of this, and she was not making the kind of money that she wanted. She wasn't attracting the level of clients that she really wanted to attract. And in short order, when we got to the root of what her money blocks were really about and changed her relationship with money, and she actually worked with money, but we changed her relationship with money, then she literally went to working 6 hours a day. So she went from working 12, 14-hour days to 6 hours a day. She moved into flow, and the highest net worth clients that she actually wanted to started to be magnetized directly to her. Instead of hustling all the time, going looking for clients, she literally stopped doing outbound lead generation because she had so many clients that were coming to her. And this is because she shifted her blocks around money and having to work hard. And as a result of shifting it, she was able to move into ease, flow, and significantly more money. And I can tell you this is possible for you too, because this is what I experience with my clients all the time. This is not an anomaly. This is a regular occurrence. So if you really want to start working less, and one of the reasons I didn't cover it a lot in this video is because I have a fabulous free mini course that I'm offering to you that is literally the stuff that my high-end paying, like literally they pay me up to $50,000 to teach them this stuff, and I've condensed it into a mini course, so it's not going to have quite everything because that would take me hours, but it will help get you really started to help you shave hours off of your day. It's called 5 Ways to Shave 20 to 30 Hours Off of Your Work Week While Making More Money, and it's absolutely free, so make sure you register in the link below. Thanks, I'm Alaina, and I'll see you in the next video.